Hi everyone, it's just Jessica here. I was going to talk about our Bible curriculum for this year, for the school year, and what we're actually going to do. I didn't want to do three separate grade levels or age groups or anything. I wanted us to really be able to discuss it as a family. And in looking what I wanted to do, particularly for my older children, I have an 11-year-old and a 9-year-old. I know that they've both been raised in church their whole lives. Their father and I have really tried to, disciple them here at home as well. And we have a lot of Bible stories and books and things that we read. And so when I was looking at like grade appropriate curriculum for Bible, they all tended to be kind of Bible story based, either like stories from the Old Testament or stories from the New Testament or stories of Jesus's life. And I'm not trying to discount that in any way. I'm just saying most stories, Bible stories, my kids have a pretty good grasp on. They know the stories, they know the characters, and we still do a lot of that in Sunday school on Sundays as well. So in looking what I wanted to do and praying about it, I just really wanted to find a curriculum that first of all could be done family style. I wanted to kind of do something that opened our Bible lesson up for discussion and that kind of thing, so that they would be excited to learn and find out more, ask questions. And I just thought if they were doing it kind of on their own and they all had their own individual thing, it would really kind of limit our discussions. And I want to know what they're thinking, and I would love to just really facilitate that the question and answer kind of discussion that doing it family style would bring. And I also wanted to do more of like a situational life application type Bible study, what to do in certain situations and how to know that your priorities are right and things like that. And so I found this curriculum, and so far it looks really good. I'm excited about it. It is from Apologia, and it is called Who is God and Can I Really Know Him? This is volume 1, and from what I understand, or it looks like after I got the kind of the scope and sequence of it, that we will be doing this in just the first semester. So it looks like the next semester I will be moving on to the second book in this series, which is, I think, Who is My Neighbor or something like that. So but this is really neat. Like the first, let me find the table of contents and just kind of go over with you. It gives you a thing in the front how to use this book and all that. And so lesson 1, you spend several days or several lessons, or you break it up. It's kind of like a big chapter. They call it lesson 1, but you do it over several days. Is Where Am I Building My Life? Lesson 2, How Can I Know What's True? Lesson 3, What is God Like? Part 1. And lesson 4 is What is God Like? Part 2. Lesson 5, Who are the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit? Lesson 6, If God created the world, why isn't it perfect? Lesson 7, Why did God create me? Lesson 8, Will God meet all my needs? Lesson 9, Why does sin keep me from knowing God? Lesson 10, Is Jesus the only way to God? And I just, so there's 10 big lessons that are broken up over the course of days. So we'll work on these concepts, these difficult questions, over the course of several days. And so this is my book, actually. This is the one that I will be leading our discussions from. Now, it is laid out where they could do it independently if they wanted to. But it comes with each of my big kids, my 11-year-old, 9-year-old, they each have these notebooking journals that came with it right here. And so you will, it gives the kids kind of an overview on how to use it and all, but then it does these really neat lesson plans. So it breaks it up for you for this lesson, for 1, we're going to read pages 15 through 19 in the book that I just showed you and discuss. And then in here, you're going to do pages 11 and 12. And so I wanted to show you lesson 2 because I thought that would be a good one to discuss. You read pages 20 and 21 in the book, which look like this. And so the main idea for this one is the parable of the wise and foolish builders. And so it talks about that. It gives real life kind of examples of today, which I thought was really cool. And then it tells you words you need to know so that they can go over these. And so we will read this as a family and discuss this. And then as we're doing it, the kids are supposed to write in their journals pages 13, 14, and 15. So 13 looks like this, words to know. So we will have talked about a parable. They can write it in their own words. What is a parable? What does it mean by foundation? Rock of truth and wisdom. And then, of course, the next page for this lesson, there is a neat little crossword puzzle that says, where am I building my life? And it gives them all different sorts of words to find in here, which my kids love that kind of thing. And then finally, they will do page 15 for lesson 2, hide it in my heart. And it says, write your favorite translation of the verse below and memorize it. So they can, we have a parallel Bible which has 4 or 5 different versions, and I would just love for them to kind of learn how to use that. They can look up the verse in the Bible, read several different translations of that verse, and then write their favorite once or twice or whatever. And I would love for them to explain why they chose that version, like what about that particular wording spoke to them. So I really just think that that is going to be fun. I thought it would be age appropriate. I think it's made for middle school children, but I think that my 4th grader can hang because he's very smart, and he, like I say, he's been taught Bible stories most of his childhood, so I just really feel like he's going to be able to do fine with this. So they each have their own notebooking journals. This is 1 and this is 2, my 9 and 11-year-old. And then it even came with a cute little preschool book for my 3-year-old, so she can have her own Bible book. And lesson 2 in this book talks about the same things that we will have talked about in our book. Look, there's the Great Pyramid of Giza, so we can talk about that, and she can just color it while she sits and listens. And I just feel like she has her very own Bible book, and she will be excited about that. Now, we are going to do this curriculum. They have like a 3-day-a-week or a 4-day-a-week layout. We are going to do this curriculum 3 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays we'll be working doing the Apologia, Who is God, and Can I Really Know Him? Thursdays we're going to have Thankful Thursdays, where we are going to read verses about Thanksgiving, and I'm going to have the kids practice some of their writing skills by writing an essay or a paragraph or a journal entry about what they're thankful for and why. And then on Fridays, I think we'll just open up our day reading from the Bible together. I think we may start with the book of John. It's an easy read, and it is more story-based, of course, with Jesus at the center of it. And I just think that might be a good place to start. We might start in Psalms or Proverbs. I don't know yet. But in praying about it, I just really like that layout. So if we do this curriculum 3 days a week, we would still need to move on to the 2nd volume after Christmas. So that would put us finishing this, in December, and then we would start the next volume in this set come January, which is called Who is My Neighbor? But so far, it's a very affordable curriculum too. I think I bought it from christianbook.com. And Apologia comes very highly recommended for their science and that's kind of what got me looking at it. But then when I saw this Bible program, I thought, I think that's just exactly what I was looking for, because it wasn't necessarily story based, it was more situational based, and how to know that your goals are his goals, that you're laying up treasures in heaven instead of here on earth with material things, or that you're building your spiritual foundation on the rock of Christ. So that's it, and like I say, it looks really good. I'll try to update you guys, certainly maybe at the end of the first semester, let you know how it went, and let you know if we will be continuing in the series with the next book. So that does it for my, what we're going to do family style for Bible this year, and we're very excited. So if you have any questions, I would be glad to answer them, and I will see you guys later. Bye.